Hello everybody, it is the Last Raider. We are back with another video. And today I would like to discuss, Cyberpunk 2020 and the lack of refunds coming from Sony. Now, before we get started, let me just say this right now. I have not heard of Xbox refusing refunds. I reserve the right to be corrected. If they are refusing refunds and that story breaks, I will cover it. But so far, I haven't heard anything happen on that front. But what we're seeing with Sony right now, I'm not surprised. Honestly, who was surprised? No one. Do I look surprised? No. Am I pissed? Yeah, I'm pissed at what they're doing. I think it's unfair what they're doing. Even though I'm not even playing my current PS4 right now. I've completely neglected that thing for the last month. I probably have lost my PlayStation subscription right now. I'll have to if I even get back on it. I technically don't want to spend $50 for another year when I get all my online gaming for free right now. But as far as Sony refusing refunds, being anti-consumer, it's par for the course with Sony. What pro-consumer thing have they done? I think their anti-consumer practices actually started when they invented PlayStation Plus. When people asked for backward compatibility, they said, "Oh, you can do our PlayStation, what is it, PS Now, where you basically rent the games and you have to keep paying in order to play the game over and over again. Anything with replayability, you have to keep paying for it or go buy the game itself. If you want to sit there and play on PlayStation." Play online on PlayStation, you have to buy like a PS Plus system, which is usually like a $50 purchase a year. So you imagine all the people playing COD are just chucking Sony $50 a person per year, which is insanity in my opinion. Then, make matters worse, a few years back, Bethesda said they were bringing mods to consoles. And what happened with that? Sony went through and they sterilized the entire mod list. So you can only have certain approved mods. Forget your sloot mods, folks. You're not going to get your sexy red Sonja mods, you perverts. PlayStation has the might of PlayStation has decided that you are not going to have your slootyism. They basically went in there and they basically curated all the mods to where it was everything family friendly. Recently, PlayStation has, and Raging Golden Eagle has mentioned this. If you haven't seen him, check him out. He's been talking about this for 5 years, how Sony's been, a Japanese gaming company, mind you, in PlayStation, has been slowly but surely pushing the anime game companies out of the market. Which has now forced them to kind of go to Xbox, which is the American company. Surprise, surprise, Xbox wants that money. They want to dominate that market. Anime game market is really big. But this kind of starts going into the more nefarious practices they're doing. The double standard they have with The Last of Us Part 2. But they have a problem with, One Piece, where any of, what was it, One Piece or Fairy Tail, I believe, where any panty shot was covered by smoke, or they will put lens flares all over the screen, and they're all strategically where your eyes may go to look if you're thinking of porn at that moment. And speaking of porn, though, if you want porn, you can have it on PlayStation. You can have porn directly in your game, just so long as it's tranny porn. And you can show as much of that as you want. And they did that with Last of Us Part 2. They were complicit in Naughty Dog's bullshit, going around their DMCA takedowning people. And now recently with Cyberpunk trying to fix the situation with their fans and be pro-consumer, PlayStation once again is stepping in there and saying, no refunds for you. You just wait for the game to get better. I'm going to tell people something right now. What made me switch to PC from Sony was I was sitting there one day and I thought about something. My dad runs rental properties. Sometimes I help him go fix them. Those people don't own the properties that they're renting. they can be kicked out at any point in time. And he's had to kick some people out because they've done some nefarious stuff. He had to kick a couple. One time he had to remove a guy off of the roll and put the wife as the primary payee, so he would stop, and so he could evict the man and stop him from beating on his wife. Okay, Dad's pretty chill about things. You pay him on time, he doesn't give a shit practically what you do. But those people don't own the property. They don't own the house. They are paying to be there. And when you have what's going on with consoles, like I was going to go to Xbox, but then I got to look at it and thought, I'm going to be in the same situation I was before, waiting for disappointment. With a PC, the PC is a rowboat, where Xbox is being the current and PlayStation is trying to sail by wind. You've got your little boat out there in gaming. If you try to do the other two, you're not going to be in control of what's going on. You're going to be being pushed around. PC is a little more difficult to get into. You've got to row the boat, but you will get exactly where you want to go eventually. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of work. It takes a lot of money, but you will get there. Right now, to everyone who has PlayStation, I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't be surprised at what PlayStation is doing. And you shouldn't be surprised if Xbox starts doing it. Like I said, they're listening in on your conversations right now, PlayStation is. I have this sneaking suspicion that Sony is being bought by Tencent, and you're seeing a lot of Chinese money probably going in there because a lot of the new stuff they're doing is right up the Chinese Communist Party's alley with the whole listening in on your conversation and approve and possibly kicking you off the system for crap that you may say. There's now a new initiative coming out where they want to make gaming less toxic. It's like, who are you? Do you even play these games? Do you even understand the culture? No? Then get the fuck out. This is like someone saying, hey, you know what? There was, I can't remember. I think it was in Michigan somewhere, like in Chicago, I think, where they decided they were going to fight graffiti by designating a wall for all graffiti. And the grafters in the city protested it by not even spray painting on it. It was the cleanest wall in Chicago for the longest time. Because the graft artists, if you listen to most graft artists, they'll tell you, they usually do their projects, they will usually spray paint and do their artwork in certain areas because that there's certain form of art they want to put in that area because it mixes in with the environment very well. I've talked to a lot of people. Okay, that's a weird. I live in Missouri. Everybody comes through our state. Okay, I've talked to just about every single culture on the planet, and I haven't had to go anywhere except just stay where I'm at. But anyway, you have what is going on with Sony is just anti-consumer. And yes, I'm going to sit here and say CD Projekt Red lied to current gen console people. They caused them a whole lot of problems. And current gen console people have every right to be mad at CD Projekt Red. But for every ounce of anger that you're giving CD Projekt Red, you should be giving at least 5 more ounces to Sony, because Sony right now is they just want to be anti-consumer, and they're doing this because they are getting away with it. They're not seeing a dent in their lying. They're not seeing a dent in their problems. They're not seeing their money dry up, and that's what will eventually make Sony even consider changing. The problems that they've got are just going to continue to fester. You're going to see in Sony more censorship. You are going to see more bullcrap come down the line. You're going to see them affect how games come in to the point where your video games are going to be almost completely different from what they're looked at as what the artist intended them to be. And honestly, I don't approve of that. That's why I went PC finally. I got the opportunity. I told my wife, I said, if I have a chance to go PC, I am going PC so hard, it's going to look like a freight train just jumped the tracks and just started riding on the road, just plowing through crap as it goes down. There's nothing stopping me from going PC. And I got the opportunity and I did go PC. I'm very proud of that PC. For those who don't know, I like my PC. It's a much better experience than PlayStation. I don't pay for online play unless the company itself specifically wants to. And then if I am paying for it, The company that I'm enjoying is getting almost 100% of my money. Not Censor Station that wants to go out there and tell me what I can and can't view, what I can and can't play, and what I can and cannot say. I mean, think about that. It might as well be called the Communist Pass, because that's, you get your state-approved rights that you must pay for. Imagine if they jack those up to the point where only rich people could play the games. I know that's anti-consumer, but just think about it for a minute. Imagine if they came out with like $1,000 PlayStation card that, oh, you will get, and Sonny says, you will get ability to trash talk, you will get nudity, you will get hot Japanese chicks, $1,000 for this right on system. To play on system you pay for game you have already paid for, you pay extra $1,000 a year. It would be stupid. No one would buy it. They would be pissed off. But it would mean that you were not able to enjoy the system as well as someone who had the money to do so. And if you're poor and you couldn't buy that, well, sorry, no fun times on the system for you. You're stuck playing offline. And that's why I just tell people all the time, look, you're just going to have to get off the PlayStation. My suggestion, and I know it's hard, get off console, get on PC. PC is vastly superior. I am right now, I'm playing Space Engineers on PC, and I am fixing to either get CD Projekt Red or Skyrim, because I want to play Cyberpunk 2077, but I have seen the mods for Skyrim, and whew, I'm interested in that. Okay, let's just say that after seeing the mods that are on there, Sony would fairly disapprove of how I would mod my Skyrim games. They would really disapprove of the mods I get on there. But anyway, folks, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think that gamers and consumers, honestly, I'm not even going to ask that question. I think y'all should have the right to play the games the way you want them. Even if they're on console, consoles should turn around and give you the right to have mods. You should have the right to a private conversation. You should have a right to enjoy the property that you have owned. And right now, PlayStation's going into this communist idea of, oh, that PlayStation's really not your property. That game is really not your property. That's our property. The state is just allowing you to play it. That's what ticks me off about PlayStation. At least with PC, it goes to the individual. Any of my money, if I do pay for online, it goes to the companies that I'm enjoying. It goes to the products it goes to the companies that build the products that I like, so they can make more products that I like. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think about PlayStation's ban on refunds right now. I think it's unfair. Some of y'all may not. But as usual, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Helps the channel out, boosts me up in the recommendeds. I see more new people coming in all the time. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.